So I'm going to outline a bit. There's 10 of them I'm going to show you, okay? Even though some of them are similar, we'll get to see a little bit what you kind of look for when you add a chart kind of thing. Okay, this might be a good play. This might be what maybe doesn't look too good. So yeah, the first one would be a head and shoulder pattern, right?
Head and shoulder.
Yes, it's called the head and shoulder. So you have see the left shoulder. That's where the first circle is. The top is the head, and the right is going to be the right shoulder. And then if it breaks see that line at the bottom, which would be your neckline. If it breaks that, then expect it to go lower.
What do you mean if it breaks that?
Well,
passes if it goes below it.
See in the next green candle.
Continue going lower, right?
Yeah. Well, by the way, chart patterns are not like set in stone. A lot of times, these patterns
What if it breaks it the opposite way? Then you expect it to keep going higher, right?
It means that it's not ready to fulfill the chart pattern. One, or it just there's fake outs. There's a lot of fake outs. So you just have to be able to expect these patterns. It might not work out. So
but this pattern is supposed to tell you when to buy or when to sell, or both.
It's like is it sell?
Like you're watching. This is like, okay, there's a good time to buy, or there's a good time to sell. Okay.
When it breaks the neckline, this whole that line at the bottom, it's saying that moment it's time to sell.
Let me ask you: these are analysis on certain. I
think these are patterns that historically usually
they work.
It works. Yeah. Not every time, but it works.
Like, there are studies on these patterns. If you see these certain type of patterns, it's telling you based on history how you should be investing, right? How you should be managing your investments, right?
Well, especially as a trade, because investing, if you're investing on a stock. Yeah, I mean, if you're like well versed with charts, but a lot of stock investors, they don't look at charts at all.
They don't look at everyday stocks. They look at long-term projections.
Because this could be a month. It could be freaking 5 minutes each candle.
Okay, so Brian brings up a good point. A lot of investors look at projections long term. Like, does it really matter the chart, or it can make a difference?
I think it helps you make decisions, right? No, that's what
it definitely for me. Buy and hold sometimes really sucks, guys. You have to understand that buying, holding, you get the side, ways action forever, and then you're just waiting. Like, oh my gosh. Meanwhile, you have all these stocks are just like ripping, falling. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm missing all the action while my money is all in concentrated on these one stocks. So it doesn't make sense for me sometimes. I'm like, why should I be sticking around with this one trade where I could be focused on other things that could be making money, kind of thing. And I've been in that.
You could be losing money as well.
I could be losing money too. I've been in both shoes, and I've been especially in that shoe where I've been holding and holding and holding and waiting, but my let's say a big portion of my stocks, I'm buying and holding, but man, it's rough sometimes. It's good to just like I've actually had more success on stocks that you can trade more volatility. Anyway, so this is a example of a head and shoulders. So you notice, guys, that it broke the $10 mark there, and then it went as soon as it broke the 10, it was a time to trade it to the downside, and it went all the way almost to the $8, the bottom there to the right. So there you go. If you capture that, it's 20%. Kind of thing. That's good money. Let's find the reverse of this, which would be the inverse head and shoulders.
Pretty much, and
exactly
how it looks. How it's gonna look.
Exactly.
So this is when you would buy, I guess, right?
Where is this?
So is there a knees and toes one too?
This is like it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. You buy now, right? That's what it is, right?
Okay.
Once it breaks that neckline, then it's so imagine. At the bottom, the guy's head is right there, and then you got the shoulder to the left, and the shoulder.
They would have called it the.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad idea actually.
When it's past the right, that's what you use.
Boom, buy time. Yeah, it's the mirror image, but inverse. So and also notice at the bottom of this chart here, it shows you that there's volume increasing, which is a good indicator too, saying that there's the supply you know, really jumping in at the same time. So there's confirmation of the move, and that's when you really, you know, attack it, man, because who knows how far it's gonna go. We got another one, guys. We have the double top pattern. Bit of legwork here for you, Bri.
This is not the page you're looking for. You misspelled double top over there. Yeah. See, that's what a coder does.
Or what?
Fixes.
There was an equal sign in the word double. All right,
That's
so
what
this is
a coder.
that's a quarter mine. Looking at it and go, that equal sign shouldn't be there. All right, so this is a
the
double
two
Twin Peaks over here.
and they're fake. See what happens?
when a nice and Madonna pointy looking, you know, Madonna
Yeah.
those pointy
Deflates right after. As soon as it gets pierced, ciao. So
this is pretty similar than the head and shoulder, except it's just the shoulder and the head.
yeah, but there's no, just two mountains. Just imagine there's two mountains, like, you know, pretty
And this
serious.
is like indicator to sell.
Yeah, like when it breaks that that bottom of those
Plateau.
two, you know. Yeah,
This
that's time
is
two.
what you're hoping it goes down to.
Yeah, to the target. That's the target, you know. Back to the, you know, the lows of, you know, the last big run up kind of thing. Is there any other images? Yeah, you know, it's fun to see these type of charts and live action kind of thing. That's a double top, but there's also the double bottom. So it's the same concept again.
These are the saggy.
Yeah, this is the. Never mind.
Oh, it's putting these equal signs.
All right, good job, man.
All right, is that the best picture?
Yeah, these are good though.
How do you know there was the equal sign?
Oh, it's just experience.
So as you can see, this is it's showing you the chart is pretty much almost a year there.
Okay, so the two things up. So this is one to buy.
Yeah, once it's broken out of that wedge type of thing.
Well, I guess the psychology of this is going down, so people buy. So it surges, and
Yeah.
then the psychology is we're selling again, and then now it's really going to take off.
Well, you see that trend, the blue line.
Mhm.
It's kind of like this type of trend line that, you know, okay, it's following, and it still didn't confirm on that time where it bottomed. It went up, back up, and then no, it's not time yet, and it went back down, and it took a good 2-3 months. See, that's crazy about this. The market sometimes is about charts. You think you got a breakout, and it's a false breakout. So you have to be ready to either sell right away and get back in when it does break out officially.
When you use these patterns, do you use it like for a day?
Oh yeah, I can see this.
Isn't it too volatile for it? Like, doesn't it go up and down a lot for it to?
Well, today I jumped on board on a couple of stocks that were breaking out, but they retraced. So I would have held it till next week. You know, that's it. Ciao. You know, it would have made me 5% on it. But now I'm down percent, which is okay.
That's what they always say.
Oh no, really,
It's okay, I'm down.
happens, man. You I can't win them all. Trust me. Then we got
Symmetrical triangle.
yes,
Big zigzag over here. What's happening here?
yeah, that blue symmetrical triangle, pretty much. It looks like
Fuck, how do you see this, man? Me, I just saw a head and shoulders. No, not really. But at two towers. But then you have to look at this whole zigzag.
yeah. You have to look at it as this type of triangle that's forming, and then once it breaks out, it should be attempting to do that $5, whatever it is there.
So which area are you looking for? You're looking at here? Is that what you're looking at? Or you're looking at here?
Here, there, exactly.
That's what you're looking at?
Yeah. It trades in and out, ding, 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 and then it breaks out of the pattern, out of this triangle, and then it should make the same amount as that you know,
This
it's a $5 gap up kind of thing that happened there. So it should have about a $5 gap up there too. It's like it's symmetrical, so
Mhm.
it's gonna follow through in that type of money. So yeah,
You plot these lines on
sometimes.
Yeah, you plot
Yeah,
these lines.
sometimes.
Go to ascending triangle.
Yeah, let's do ascending triangle, baby. The continuation. Another bullish again. Thing you catch. I see like it just creeping up, you know, kind of thing.
See, like to me, this would be like the twins, not the two peaks. No,
Yeah, there's peaks, but
but this is like 4 peaks.
yeah, exactly.
So what? So how do you know to wait? Like over here, you'd probably be getting excited over here. No, not really, because this is
to
sell,
drop it.
right?
Yeah, you could be, but you wait for confirmation, kind of thing. And it doesn't. And it keeps on doing that. So the more it does that, then you're like, okay, this is going to eventually break out.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time.
This is like redoubling, confirming that's going to go, no?
Yeah. See,
if
and
it's like this 4 times.
And I don't know if you see at the bottom there, you have how long it took. It took from April to July.
About 2 months. 3.
Talking about April to July. It's freaking
1, 2.
And then look at the blue line and the volume candles here. Yeah, see? Then all of a sudden there's a huge green candle of volume that happens. That confirms that it's time to. But you know what it did though? You see on the price, it went back down and touched the red line. You're like, oh, you think you might have lost it there, But you have to hold it again. Yeah, it's tricky. It's not. There's another example. And it tried to sell off, but there was, that big red candle in the volume there.
Mm-hmm.
It really tried to sell off, but there was some support at the bottom, which is even bigger, indicator that this is going to break out eventually. That for me, I actually look at that even more importantly. I would jump on this earlier than the breakout on the red line.
Oh, yeah?
Especially that I see the volume like that seriously tried to take out the lows. And it couldn't. There's a big, strong support. There's a big buyers there. So let's go. A high conviction trade for me. That
so far from the ones we saw, or I'll ask you at the end. I'm gonna ask you which one is your go-to pattern, or the one you use the most, or I guess the one you. This is descending triangle. Yeah. So this looks like to me like a descending.
It's creeping lower.
Okay, so it's ascending. This one's a descending triangle.
Yeah,
okay, got
so
it.
It's kind of creeping lower, this triangle, and then it breaks through that triangle all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden you're really, it's crashing pretty much on high volume, and then you're like, okay.
And you remember all these?
Well, they're actually pretty easy to. I've seen them so many times.
I remember at Ennet's place, he had them printed on the wall in front of his computer.
Sure,
all there. So
yeah, there's a lot of them, but these are like, you see them quite often. What else we got?
Bullish flag.
Yeah, these little flags. Bullish flag, bearish flags. Okay,
so this looks like a flag, right? That's
exactly. So it pops,
and then it
consolidates, and then it pops again. It does the same thing over and over sometimes, and it keeps on going up this way.
Yeah, so it's pretty. I don't know what the time is but it's pretty steady. And there's just this big surge over here.
Yeah, the volume is more significant, and it confirms that.
I'm assuming something happened, like
it could be
sort of
news
press
sometimes.
release or something like that. And the bullish is, I'm assuming that's time to buy, and the bearish one is time to sell.
Exactly that.
It's done with a chart. All right.
It just does that type of zigzag. It drops down and does a zigzag.
This is a drop. This is an actual drop.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a drop,
and there's a little zigzag. It tries to create momentum.
Someone's trying to resuscitate it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it breaks through the triangle again, and it does the same thing. That's what.
Okay, yeah, it shows both. It shows both bull flag
and a bear flag. Yeah, bear pennant.
This is like a very steep. It gets this steep, like a straight line like this.
Sometimes, sure.
Yeah. Right. This one you spoke about already.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cup and handle.
Reason why I wanted to end it off with.
The famous cup handle.
Cup and handle, baby. The big cup.
And this is to tell you to buy, right? Or
this is,
Is there a reverse cup handle? Huh?
No. You see, it just creates that, I guess, a little, handle. And then once it breaks through that handle, as the real breakout happens. Which, if you understand the metals, silver especially, is going through this breakout right now. And it's just about to break out this handle. So the momentum, and you see this is this all happened within a year. This whole trade. Imagine a commodity like silver that it took 50 years to complete. How much of an explosion it's going to be. A lot of energy that's building up on silver. So